Hi, in this video we're going to continue looking at functions, and this time actually build an entire function and have a reusable block of code that can be used in all sorts of different animations. So what I have on the stage at the moment is once again a little background with my grass, and I have my movie clip of my man. Now my man here I have given an instance name of man_MC. So that way I can talk to him in Actionscript. I'm going to create a new layer and I'm going to call it Actions. I'm going to right click, open my Actions panel. Now the first thing we need to do here is actually define our function. So I'm going to type in the word function, and you'll notice it turns blue, so we know that it's a keyword in Flash. After I type in function, I just need to come up with a name that will help me identify it. In this case, I'm going to call it move man, because that's what I want to do. I want to move my man. Now the function name is important. You can never reuse a function name, so if I was to have 5 functions in this animation, I'd have to have an individual name for each one. After I choose a name, I open and close my parentheses, and we do this each time we create a function, and you'll see why we do that a little bit later. After I've done that, I need to choose semicolon, and I need to now select a data return value. Now for all of our opening functions, this is going to be void, void. So we're not having any data type returned to us. Don't worry too much about this for now. We'll look a little bit later in a future video at actually returning a data type. So far I've told Flash I'm setting up a function, I've given that function a name, and I'm saying that there's no data type being returned. Now we're actually going to tell Flash what we want to happen. So I've set up my function, I'm now going to say this is what I want it to do. I'm going to put that inside curly braces. So I'm going to enter down, I'm going to open a curly brace, and whenever we open a curly brace we always need to close it. So to make sure that I don't forget to close it, I'm going to open and close my curly braces all at the same time. So I'm going to open my curly brace, I'm going to press enter, I'm going to close my curly brace, I'm going to press the up arrow and press enter again. So inside these curly braces I'm going to actually type the code that will do something for me. So just quickly again, I'm going to open my curly brace, enter down, close my curly brace, up enter, which means that no matter what, even if I forget, I know that I've opened and closed my braces and my code inside here will work. So now I want to actually play around with my man over there. So to do that, I need to remember his instance name, which was man_MC, and I'm going to change his y-axis, and later on we're going to change his rotation. Now one thing to think of is when we look at axes like the x and y axes, especially with y, we're working from the pixels from top to bottom, not from bottom to top. So I've got man_MC dot y for his y-axis, space equals space, and I'm going to type in 50 end statement. Now this is actually 50 pixels from the top down. As I said just before, we work from top down in Flash. So there I've told Flash man_MC dot y-axis equals 50 pixels from the top. I'm now going to also play around with the rotation. man_MC dot, I'm going to start typing rotation. I'm going to press enter to fill it out. Space equals space, and I'm going to say 45 end statement. Now if I press Ctrl Enter to test this code, nothing happens. That's because we haven't actually told Flash yet to run this function. So that's our next step. I'm going to go outside my curly braces, so I'm stepping outside the function, and I'm now going to tell Flash to actually run this. So all I need to do to tell Flash to start is type something in that's going to look a little bit similar to our stop command. This time I'm going to type in move man, and you'll remember that move man is the name we gave this function. I'm going to open and close brackets, and I'm going to put in a semicolon. Now when I press Ctrl Enter, we'll notice that our man is 50 pixels from the top, and he has rotated at 45 degrees. So just quickly to go over that one more time, we've set up a function, we've called it move man, we open and close our parentheses, and we set a data return type as void, I open and close my curly braces, and inside those curly braces is where I tell Flash what I want to happen. In this case, man_MC dot y-axis will be 50 pixels from the top, and the rotation will be 45 degrees. I then have to tell Flash to run this function, which is what my line 7 of code does.